Global warming, poorly treated wastewater, and fertilizer runoff have provided a perfect environment for toxic algae to bloom in Cape Cod ponds. The Association to Preserve Cape Cod has been studying cyanobacteria, but a recent report revealed the problem is worse than they thought.
We've already reported last year about the significant decline in water quality in our estuarine environment. This year, our focus is a little bit more on the ponds because we were able to add into our assessment of ponds this year the impact of the presence of cyanobacteria blooms in a number of ponds, which we were monitoring for last year. And frankly, the news we found was not good.
40% of the ponds sampled had failing grades.
We saw a significant increase in the number of ponds that had cyanobacteria blooms. We saw their arrival earlier in the year than we typically would expect. We've seen them throughout the summer and extending far later into the fall than one would have expected when we went into this initiative, and at much higher levels of concentration than we had hoped to see. So from all perspectives, cyanobacteria issue is emerging as one of the most significant ones facing water quality on Cape Cod.
In a healthy body of water, cyanobacteria is naturally occurring and poses no risk. Grown out of proportion, it can generate a neurotoxin that's harmful to humans and animals.
It's obviously the concern of humans, but it's also a significant concern with pets.
To keep everyone safe, the Association to Preserve Cape Cod follows a strict set of reporting guidelines.
One of the primary focuses of APCC's program is to identify the presence or absence of cyanobacteria, and where we find it present, provide a means for quick public notice. And so we provide daily updates on a map that we generate and keep update every day that shows the status of the ponds we're monitoring and whether they're acceptable for human contact or whether contact should be restricted. We also provide that information the day we get it to the municipality in which the ponds are located, because ultimately it's the town through their Board of Health and their general public health powers who have the ability and authority to place a use restriction on the pond.
And our actions will have a big effect on what happens next.
In the long term, the solution is way better and more sophisticated and effective wastewater treatment, just like we've seen in the marine side. In the short term, everything anybody can do, whether it's the town and managing stormwater runoff or individuals and managing their property, anything we can do to eliminate additional nutrient loads in excess of what is coming in through septic systems is something that will only benefit the ponds. It is not necessarily by itself a solution in the absence of long-term management of septic waste, but it's an important start.
To learn more about cyanobacteria and the Association to Preserve Cape Cod's ongoing work, visit apcc.org. For Cape Media News, I'm Gabrielle Rawson.